Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this wonderful online event, our art exhibition called The Colours of Community. I'd like to open by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land in which we meet today, the Wurundjeri and Bunurong people of the Kulin Nations. I'd like to pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge the lands on which you meet or are coming from and joining us today. My name's Kelly Rogerson and I'm proud to be the Chief Executive Officer of Palliative Care South East. The team at PCSE are made up of medical, nursing, counselling, social work, occupational therapy, art and music therapy, spiritual care and administration clinicians who all join together to form an extraordinary team to provide services to our the local communities of Cardinia, Casey, City of Greater Dandenong and parts of Kingston across 1,800 square kilometres. They provide support to people who have a life-limiting illness, to their families, to their loved ones and to those who have lost someone for 13 months following their death. Our Palliative Care Hub new build capital works is just commenced and we're so excited to be able to bring these services into the community. But unfortunately we're not able to fund the entirety of the building and we need your support to help us fund the community facing areas, our counselling rooms and clinical rooms and some gathering space so that we can bring people together to support them while they're experiencing the challenges that a life-limiting illness brings. Linda has been so generous in her time and her support for PCSE, both here as an amazing staff member, but also in recognising the life of her wonderful brother, Larry. Linda put together the Laz Effect as a recognition and a commemoration to Larry and the amazing life that he had. Linda's efforts in fundraising for this building have just been outstanding and we're so grateful for her ongoing support. Linda's brought her skills to the fore to curate an amazing amount of artwork for you to view tonight. Each of these original artworks have been kindly donated by amazing artists throughout Australia. Every cent of the donations that we receive from tonight's event will go directly into funding one of our counselling rooms, which we named after Larry and the Espie family. I want you to really think about that as we work through the artwork tonight and think generously and kindly to the wonderful work that is achieved, providing these services to the community at no cost based on all of our efforts and the wonderful work of the broader team. There's something for everyone in this collection and Linda's carefully curated and put together the pieces so that you can have time to sit back and relax and enjoy the event tonight. I'd like to introduce our board chair, Emeritus Professor Margaret O'Connor AM, who is going to open tonight's proceedings and welcome you further to this wonderful event.
Thank you very much, Kelly. It's a wonderful experience to have all of you online present at this online art auction called Colours of Community. We're very fortunate to have had over 40 artists contribute more than 70 works of art, all to help support the work of helping people live with their life-limiting illness. We're very grateful in particular that the funds raised from this activity will go towards our new building in Narre Warren. I'd particularly like to extend a huge thank you to Linda Espie, who has curated this exhibition and will be speaking to us in a moment. She's an esteemed author and educator and she's worked with Palliative Care South East as a counsellor. She knows firsthand the impact that palliative care can have in supporting a terminally ill person as well as their families in the end-of-life care that we provide. We're very honoured that Linda has given of her time to curate this exhibition on our behalf, and I will now hand over to Linda to describe the exhibition for you and encourage you all to dig deep into your pockets for this very worthwhile cause.
Thank you, Margaret, for being here this evening and for your kind words and for your support. I'm really thrilled and excited to be here this evening to introduce to you all the exhibition Colours of Community. This has come from an idea that I had following on from setting up a fundraising Facebook event in the name of my brother, Larry. The Laz Effect was in honour of my brother Larry, who died 3 years ago, in fact in the service, Palliative Care South East, who supported him towards the end of his life. It was named the Laz Effect because Larry really had an amazing personality, character and nature, and really left a deep impact on those who he met. I set about researching and seeking donations for this exhibition and was absolutely delighted to connect with and receive support from 40 artists who combined have donated 77 pieces of art to share with you this evening. This collection represents painting, photography, mosaic, collage, etchings, drawings and sculpture. It's a really broad, colourful and eclectic presentation for this exhibition, Colours of Community. What an extraordinary and generous offering from these artists. During such difficult times, many of them, in fact, over the past 18 months, have had to cancel their own exhibitions, and yet they were still so very, very keen to offer support to Palliative Care South East and the Colours of Community. In fact, in contacting them, many of them said very immediately, "Yes, Linda, we want to be a part of this." So when their own livelihoods were affected as a result of COVID, they still didn't think twice about offering up works to support Palliative Care South East as an important cause. Colours of Community represents for me a range of things. For those family and friends and colleagues who know me, I'm someone who really needs a creative project annually. So for me, over the last year, this exhibition has been my project. Certainly it does have that very personal and intimate connection, but it really gives me an opportunity to balance the work that I do in palliative care as a counsellor and art therapist alongside, the downtime at home where I often still want to express creativity and meaningful connection for my life, which connects back to community. Of course, we know that colour is all around us, in our home, in our workplace and in community. But sometimes we get so busy, we don't actually take the time to stop and notice and really sit with colour and allow it in some ways to serve us. I feel very, very confident that through this exhibition this evening, it will be an opportunity for each of you to take time out for yourselves, to connect with art, to connect with the colour, to allow it to resonate and hopefully speak to you as deeply as this project has spoken to me. I've had the privilege of meeting many of the artists who are involved in this exhibition this evening, and one of my friends, David Roberts, has donated a magnificent piece. David has works commissioned both for the Portrait Gallery in Canberra as well as the National Library of Victoria. He was one of the few photographers in Melbourne who was granted a format session with His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama in 2007. David uses a large format camera and has donated a magnificent portrait of His Holiness to this exhibition. I'm delighted also to reference 4 photographs that were donated by a colleague and friend of mine, Sylvia Greville from WA. Sylvia's partner Ellen was a photographer, and she died just 2 months after she graduated from her photography course at the age of 52 from cancer. So at this gathering this evening, I invite you to sit back and relax and enjoy your witnessing the colours of community. After this evening, I encourage you to share this exhibition link to family, friends and colleagues who might also get behind this really important cause. I'm absolutely confident that you will enjoy the colour, the energy, the serenity, the movement that is presented here this evening. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Lydia Kaminski. I had the pleasure of spending time with Lydia at her home recently, a home that is full of colour and energy and life. In fact, I had trouble tearing myself away after a couple of hours. I'll leave Lydia to introduce herself in terms of her connection with this exhibition, but certainly thank her for the magnificent works that she has offered up for us to sell this evening. So welcome and thank you, Lydia.
Welcome to the Laz Effect. My name is Lydia Kaminski. I'm an artist and also a client of Palliative Care Southeast. I won't dwell on my journey as an artist because that's all available in my bio, but what I'd like to actually concentrate on in this talk is my relationship with Palliative Care Southeast and my journey with cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago, and it was at the early stages of ovarian cancer. Luckily, I was able to have surgery and chemo and have a couple of years free of cancer. During a normal review by my oncologist, I was actually diagnosed with stage 4, where the cancer had actually metastasized to the lymph nodes in the abdomen. At this time, I was told that it would be terminal and that I needed to start to prepare for the end of life. Living in South Australia was a bit difficult because our only child was living here in Victoria, so we decided to make the move to Victoria. When I arrived here, I was actually under the care of Dr. Go, who I was referred to by my oncologist in Adelaide, wonderful man, and he actually put me on to a 4th lot of chemo. During this time, I became quite unwell. Previously, I'd actually coped with chemo quite well. It was very positive. The 4th bout of chemo actually did a lot of harm to my system. I remember he actually mentioned Palliative Care Southeast to me, but I was very reluctant at that time to even consider palliative care, thinking that I wasn't at the end of my life. I still had time to go. I didn't really want to think about that. While I was undergoing the chemo at Dandenong chemo unit, the nurses, Trish and Deb, actually noticed that I was really struggling. I was in a lot of pain and basically quite depressed. Having come to Victoria at the time when the COVID pandemic had just started, it was also quite isolating for me. Not having the support that I may have had in Adelaide was always going to be an issue. I finally got in touch with Palliative Care Southeast, and my initial visit was with Leah. So she came over, and feeling very depressed and quite anxious, there was a lot of tears. I cried, and I was really quite upset. And she actually assured me that basically she wanted to actually reassure me that she was here to assist me to live the best life that I possibly could in the circumstances. She was very kind, very respectful, and basically went through all of my medications. She looked at me holistically rather than the doctors who, diagnosed the cancer and sent me off to a specialist who actually referred me on to chemo. She looked at me more as a person within a community and the way that I was actually feeling and the support that I actually needed in this time. She took a record of all my medications and basically suggested things that might actually help in addition to what I was taking, and maybe some of the things that, I was taking that weren't necessary. And that was a real eye-opener because I was finally able to get something that was able to take me out of the pain that I was feeling. She was also very beneficial in that she was socially a very kind person, and she was able to not only look at the medical side of things, but she was able to provide advice on applications for a disability pension, which actually helped in preserving our lifestyle. She was able to sort of talk to me about other things that might be available later on. At that stage, we didn't consider that COVID was going to be around for so long and for the lockdown to actually continue so long, but also, services that would, could help me in the home. So it was really, really beneficial. Since then, I've actually had both Leah and Matilda, who have actually on a regular basis come and actually visited me. And when I was feeling well, it was a matter of just a phone call. But they keep in touch and they always make me feel a lot better. Love their visits. They're just wonderful to talk to. I suppose the experience that they've actually had with people in circumstances like mine have actually made them comfortable in talking about illness and helping people to actually get through the worst of it with the positivity that actually makes you feel like you're actually alive rather than at the end of life. I am overwhelmingly grateful for the work that they do. The nurses, the ancillary staff, and everyone who actually works as part of that organisation are very, very helpful. And I think that anyone in my type of situation should be in touch with them. I am so happy that they are actually going to have their own centre, a hub, where people can come and for therapies and discussions and groups. It will actually benefit the community and people like me. I could go on and keep giving you more information about how wonderful they are, but honestly, they are great. I have donated 5 pieces of my own artwork. One of the pieces was actually painted while I had severe neuropathy, which is purple passion. It's a piece that I did originally as a larger canvas and didn't sell because I actually quite liked the actual painting. But during the time that I had the neuropathy, I needed to actually work at a desk. So I put it down on my desk and started to highlight some of the areas of the painting. It was a style that I continued for quite a while suffering with neuropathy, and I created a lot of small and large paintings in this way. Some of the smaller ones are actually available on my site. The large ones have actually all sold, so other than 2 that I've still got with me and that I'll hang on to for a while. The second painting that I'm donating is called Blue Suede Shoes. It was one of the first that I actually did after brain surgery. I love the piece and I retained it and kept it for quite a while, but I'm ready to give it up now and I hope someone else enjoys it. The last 3 pieces are actually part of a set. They are reproductions of originals that I actually had in my bedroom for a long time. I wanted something very feminine and painted those, and the originals are now with my grandnieces. I hope you enjoy the exhibition. I hope that you purchase some art that will give you some joy and the support that the money will give in actually getting the fit out at Palliative Care South East will be a benefit to everybody in the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lydia, for sharing your experience of the services that we provide. It was so valuable to have both your skills and knowledge about artwork, but also your understanding and collaboration around the care that we provide. And we're so pleased that we're able to support you with your current experience and your goals of care. Now, I'd like to invite you to take a breath for a minute, top up your glasses, have a quick bathroom break, and settle in for some fantastic artwork to be displayed to you. Each piece of artwork will come to you for about 15 seconds, and the medium in which the artwork is presented and the size and dimensions of the artwork will be displayed. And at the end of the show, you'll be able to go to the website, find out more about the artists and the pricing for tonight's artwork. And we really encourage you to go there and to give generously.
Welcome to Colours of Community, a fundraising exhibition celebrating art, colour and community. My name's Linda Espie and I've been delighted to have had the opportunity to curate this exhibition. Each day in Australia, we all walk on ancestral Indigenous lands. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we learn and work, and on which I am here today present, who are the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in our organisations and communities. I invite you to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which you are present at this event today. Colours of Community is an exhibition honouring those in our community who access palliative care and those staff and workers who care and support them. This exhibition has been possible because of the generous donations of 40 artists who have combined, offered and donated over 60 pieces of artwork. All funds raised from this online exhibition are in the memory of my brother Larry Sladden, and the proceeds of this exhibition will go to Palliative Care South East in support of the building of their new wellness centre and community hub in Narre Warren, Victoria. I trust you will enjoy this exhibition, and I hope, due to the broad array of beautiful artworks donated, that you find something that suits you and that you can purchase and make a contribution to Palliative Care South East. Enjoy.
What an incredible display of artwork has been gathered tonight. I can't thank Linda enough for her hard work in gathering all these pieces together. Now, if you'd like to make a purchase, I'd really like to encourage you to go straight onto the website and make a purchase there. Many more details about our artists and the actual artwork are available there, including information on how we'll arrange to get that artwork to you. Your contribution will make a significant difference to the community and those living with a life-limiting illness. I can't thank you enough for the contributions that you make, and that will help us to build this amazing palliative care community hub, would allow access to more and more people in the community to get the services that they need. Thanks again to Lydia, Linda and Margaret for their amazing contributions and for the time that you have spent. Most of all, thank you for coming to this event and also for your generous support for our organisation and our extraordinary team. Now stay safe, buy up big, and we'll see you soon.